day, everyone. Our topic for today is all about the determinants of curriculum improvement. So before we start, let me read to you first our learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, students must be able to explain the importance of teaching methodology towards the learning process of the students, compare the curriculum development in the Philippine elementary and secondary schools, and enhance their ideas about curriculum development. Knowledge of the children. Human development. It is one of the bases of the curriculum. It includes a point of view with reference to learners. So, human development can be considered as one of the bases in crafting a curriculum. So, it includes the characteristics or the point of view of our learners as our reference. So, we have here the 5 aspects of development: the biological basis of the individual differences, physical maturation, intellectual development and achievement, emotional growth and achievement, and cultural and social development. Next, we have here the curriculum criteria. So, these are the guidelines or standards by which decisions can be made in curriculum planning and even teaching. So, sa curriculum criteria, mao ni silbi ang ato ang guide para sa mga decision nga ato ang himuon sa curriculum planning o sa mga teaching strategy nga ato ang gamiton in teaching our students. Next, the system of education. Educational goals and objectives. The fundamentals and aims of education are provided in Section 3 of Article 14 of the 1987 Constitution, which states that all educational institutions shall include the study of the Constitution as part of the curricula. Number 2, they shall include patriotism, nationalism, foster love of humanity, respect for human rights, appreciation of the role of national heroes in the historical development of the country, teach the rights and duties of citizenship. So, sa system of education, diri pod nato makita ang pagtudlo sa mga students sa patriotism, sa nationalism, or kanang sa mga subject nga values. Kay dira man nato makita ang mga characteristics nga dapat natong itudlo sa ato ang mga students. Then, appreciation of the role of national heroes in the historical development of the country. So, diri pod masud ang mga history or mga panghitabo sa past about sa atong mga national heroes. Then, teach the rights and duties of citizenship. So, gituluan, i-apil po nato tudlo sa mga students ang mga rights and duties as citizens of our country. Then, national development goals. To achieve and maintain an accelerating rate of economic development and social growth, to ensure the maximum participants of all the people in the attainment of national development goals, and to strengthen national consciousness and promote cultural values in changing world. Next, we have the aims of education. So, unsa man ang mga aims sa education? So, these are the following. So, provide a broad general education that will assist each individual in the peculiar ecology of his own society. Train the nation's manpower in the skills required for national development, and develop the high-level professions that will provide leadership for the nation. advanced knowledge for improving the equality of human life. So aim sa education nga makaprovide og general education para sa mga students. Kay ang students part naman na sa atong society, di ba? So through education we can assess each of them in living a good life in our society. So next is train the nation's manpower. So part na ani ag panabitaw mga students in criminology. So gitudluan na sila og mga skills nga required para makatabang kung intahay na ay mga gubat or mga unsa pa diha nga mahitabo sa ato ang society through the manpower nga ilahang na-attain in through the teaching of their instructors. So next, develop the high-level professions. So aim pod sa education nga ma-develop ang mga students in high-level professions nga maka-provide og leadership para sa ato ang country. Then respond effectively to the changing needs and conditions of nation through a system of educational planning and evaluation. So through education maka-respond ta sa mga changing needs and conditions sa ato ang nation. Makatabang ta para makakontribute sa pag-respond kung intahay na mga problems sa ato ang society. The next, guiding principles in formulation of educational objectives. So number 1, educational objectives must be clearly conceived and clearly stated. So dapat ang ato ang educational objectives kay clear para masabtan nato kung unsa joy iyahang tumong. Then number 2, a statement of objectives should be describe both the kind of behavior expected and content or the context on which the behavior applies. Then lastly, complex educational objectives needs to be stated analytically and especially enough so that there is no doubt as to what kind of behavior expected. So, in educational objectives, dapat complex po ni siya para kanang wa tay doubt ba nga kung unsa nga behavior ang expected nato in the formulation of educational objectives. Number 4, educational objectives should be formulated that there are clear distinctions among learning experiences required to attain different behavior. Educational objectives should be developmental, representing roads to travel rather than terminal points. So, next, educational objectives should so reasonably comprehensive as to include all areas of growth. Then, educational objectives should be realistic and should include only what can be translated into curriculum and classroom experience. Then next, the reforms of teaching methodology are as follows. So number 1, objectives of instruction shall specify behavioral changes as primary outcomes of learning activities. Number 2, more and more teaching strategies that are inquiry and problem-oriented should be adapted in order to develop the ability to think, rationalize, and make proper decisions. So, dapat sa mga teaching strategies nato, mga students pod kay matudluan nato sila para ma-develop ang ilahang ability to think o rationalize para makahimo sila og mga proper nga decisions. Then number 3, guidance and research should be given greater emphasis. Then courses should be reconstructed to allow testing in actual practice and theories learned in the classrooms. More opportunity should be given to out-of-classroom learning. Evaluate methods should accordingly be revised. Then, incentive in the form of scholarship shall be provided for students to take technical and vocational courses. So, na may kanang gi-offer ang education nga mga scholarship para sa mga students for them to take the technical and vocational courses nga ilahang ganahan. So, Article 14, Education, Science and Technology, Arts, Culture, and Sports. So, let's start first with education. So, Section 1. The state shall protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels and shall take appropriate steps to make such education accessible to all. So, in Section 1, which is the education, so, kuha naman kayo nato no nga, accessible naman ang ato ang education para sa tanan. Kay free naman ang tuition or sa college niya, sa elementary and high school kay napoy mga public schools nga ning offer og free ra ag kanang ang free ra ang education para sa tanan. Then next, language. Section 6. The national language of the Philippines is Filipino. As it evolves, it shall be further developed and enriched on the basis of existing Philippine and other languages. So, atong language which is the Filipino. So, as it evolves, dapat ma-develop o ma-enrich ang ato ang language on the basis of existing Philippine and other languages. Then, Section 8. This Constitution shall establish a National Language Commission composed of representatives of various regions and disciplines which shall undertake, coordinate, and promote researchers for the development, propagation, and preservation of Filipino and other languages. So, di ba ang Philippines kay daghan man og mga language. So, dapat ang mga sa matag regions naa man ay mga nagkalain-laing lingwahe o mga language. So, dapat mo coordinate sila sa mga researchers para ma-preserve o ma-develop ang ato ang country o ato ang language. So, next, Science and Technology, Section 10. So, science and technology are essential for national development and progress. The state shall give priority to research and development, invention, innovation, and their utilization, and to science and technology education, training, and services. Next, Arts and Culture, Section 14. The state shall foster the preservation, enrichment, and dynamic evolution of a Filipino national culture based on the principle of unity in diversity in a climate of free artistic and intellectual expressions. So, ang ato ang culture kay gipadayon pa man nato og ato pang gi-preserve through kanang mga fiesta. Kay dira man nato makita ang kung unsa atong culture, kung unsay naa sa ato ang lugar. So, dira nato kuan nga maipakita nga ma-preserve og ato ang gihapon ang ato ang arts and culture in the Philippines. Then, sports, Section 19. The state shall promote physical education and encourage sports programs, league competitions, and amateur sports, including training for international competitions. to foster self-discipline, teamwork, and excellence for the development of a healthy and alert citizenry. So diri na masud ang kanang activity sa school sa maanang sa intrams. Dira man nato maipakita ang mga sports, mga nagkanalaing ability and skills sa mga students. So dira nato encourage ang students nga ipakita ang ilahang mga ability in sports. So na mga competitions nga mahitabo o mga training para kung intay ma-appeal sila sa international competitions na ma-foster pod ang ilahang self-discipline nya dara pod nato makita ang teamwork and excellence para sa para ma-develop ang atong healthy and alert nga characteristics as citizens of our country. Next, aims of education. So, in the Philippine educational system, the fundamental aims of education are provided in Section 5 of Article 14 of the Constitution of the Philippines, which states that all schools shall aim to develop moral character, personal discipline, civic conscience, and vocational efficiency, and to teach the duties of citizenship. So, Section 1 of Article 5 synthesizes that the teacher education curriculum shall provide two general stresses, namely Bachelor of Elementary Education or BEd and Bachelor of Secondary Education BSE for teaching in the elementary or secondary level. So, sa teacher education curriculum, nag-provide ni sila og two general nga education such as the BEd and the BSE for secondary education. Then, functions of the elementary education. So, to offer adequate education for the children to prepare them for democratic citizenship, to provide them, to give them instruction in the basic knowledge, develop skills and attitudes, and to cultivate ideals necessary for the promotion of national solidarity and for the development of enlightened, patriotic, useful, and upright citizenry in a democracy. So, objectives of elementary education: provide the knowledge and develop skills, attitudes, and values, provide learning experiences, promote and intensify awareness of identification with and love for our nation and the community, promote experience that develop the learner's orientation to the world of work and prepare the learner to engage in honest and gainful work. Then, next, we have the function of secondary education. To continue on a higher place, the integrating function of education and at the same time to provide opportunity for the development of special abilities through the exploration and discovery of students' interests, abilities, and aptitudes. So, ang functions sa secondary education kay para ma-continue ang education sa mga students, to provide more opportunity para sa development sa ilahang mga skills and abilities, sa ilahang knowledge, ug ma-explore sila og maka-discover sa ilahang mga interest, mga abilities, and aptitudes. Then, objectives of secondary education. So, the objectives of secondary education are threefold. So, number 1, continue the general education started in elementary. So, para ma-continue ang general education nga ilahang nakuha pag elementary, then prepare the learners for college and prepare the learners for the world of work. So, mao to ang mga objectives sa secondary education. Then, curriculum development in the Philippine elementary schools, the PRODED, NESC, and the TEEP. The Program for Decentralized Education Development, PRODED, 1982 to 1985. So it is a 4-year program of the Ministry of Education and Culture addressed to the needs of the elementary sector. So it has a massive teaching retraining courses which was designed to upgrade the quality elementary education and improve the availability of educational services within the deprived regions of the country. So the stages are identification, pre-planning and preparation, appraisal, implementation, and evaluation, monitoring, and feedback. Then components, staff development, technical assistance, physical facilities, research, special studies, instructional material development, corporation. Then is the analytic model. So sa PRODED. So PRODED component is technical assistance. Area expected to be affected by specified component is high-level management. Then research and special curriculum and instructional materials, staff development, civil works, and facilities. So ang outcome aning analytic model is for the students to learn, for the pupils to learn. Then the new elementary school curriculum, NESC. So an outcome-based and not subject-oriented curriculum with its main focus being on the learning process, not on the subjects. So the new elementary school curriculum kay nagbase ni siya sa outcome nga mahitabo para sa mga students kung naka-learn ba sila. So its main focus is on the learning process on the students, not on the subjects. So it has the 3 R's as its core of learning. So reading, writing, and arithmetic. So as implemented in the primary levels, grades 1 to 4, it has only 4 from 9 subject areas, which are English, Mathematics, Filipino, and Civics and Culture, History, Geography, Society, Politics, and Government. In the intermediate level, which are the grades 5 to 6, the subjects are 6. So next is the strengths. Number 1, it is of great help to the Filipino children, especially in molding them as human persons, as good citizens and productive agents for economic, social, and cultural development. Number 2, it provides every Filipino child the basic preparation to become an enlightened, disciplined, nationalistic, self-reliant, God-loving, creative, versatile, and productive one. Then the weakness is it offers too many subjects, which result in knowing more of the subject and less of the content. Then the students will get bored and cannot concentrate well and even neglect their assignments. So mao to ang mga weakness. Then the third elementary education project, TEEP, the national setting. The vision of the third elementary education project, or TEEP, mandates all elementary schools to become effective instruments in improving the learning achievement and in enhancing the attainment of the Philippine national goals for Filipino children. So, curriculum development in the secondary schools in the Philippines. So, the Secondary Education Development Program is EDP, and the new Secondary Education Curriculum, NSEC. The Secondary Education Development Program developed a new high school curriculum upgrade secondary education, which had been considered as the weakest link in the school system. So it aims to strengthen the students' preparation for work or for tertiary education. Then the new curriculum was characterized as cognitive, affective, manipulative based, consisting of eight subject areas, which are the English, Filipino, social studies, physical education, health, music, then technology and home economics, values education, science, and mathematics. So SEDP aims at improving the quality of secondary graduates and in internal efficiency of the system, expanding access to quality secondary education, then promote equity in allocation of resources, especially at the local level. Then its major components are curriculum development, staff development, and physical development. So that's all for my topic. Thank you for listening.